our favorite topic, which is relationship.
Oh, dun 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 dun.
So, do you want to talk about the lady, R. Reed, or do you want me to do it?
You can do it.
So, everybody,
Everybody right now.
this fuck shit that I just saw that one of my boys let me know about, and by boys I mean R. Reed, was just the level of craziness in this is just classic Missouri.
Was classic
So
who?
basically, this woman tried to force a man to have oral sex with her by sitting on top of his face and punching him 20 or striking him 20 to 25 times with both an open and closed fist.
Who was counting?
I'm pretty sure it was the victim.
He was counting.
I mean,
As he was getting hit, one.
as
two,
he was getting hit and
three.
as his face was being ridden,
Where was he hit at?
he was hit all over his body.
How heavy? What's the?
I mean, we don't know how heavy it was. She also struck him with a belt and a cell phone and a brass plate.
A brass plate?
I don't know who the fuck has brass plates just hanging
Sound
around.
like domination. To me.
But then again, when you see this, what this chick look like, she looked like somebody who uses brass plates.
How the hell you get brass plates nowadays?
Apparently, you got to have a mohawk and look like you're on drugs.
Emo.
Also, go Bucks.
Or coming from Borderlands or something.
Go Bucks. But yeah, or Borderland, or fucking Fallout
so he
76.
just want to eat her pussy, or what was going on?
Yeah, he basically wouldn't want to eat her pussy, and she's like, "You're gonna eat this pussy. I'm gonna sit on you. Oh, you don't want to eat it now?
like she
I'm
got
gonna
a
punch
hairy
you.
bush.
Oh, you don't want to eat it now? I'm gonna hit you with this belt. Oh, you don't want to eat it now? I'm gonna hit you with this brass plate.
Let me see that picture again. She look like she got a hairy bush. I'm telling you.
I mean,
It's,
probably.
She was a fat. Well, I'm sorry, like a emo white
Yeah,
chick.
yeah, she's an emo white chick,
Emo looking white chick.
Emo.
and not like early like emo, like the pre-emo people who had the emo style before it was emo, and then kind of just like got their way into it.
I'm gonna call you right back.
She was a recluse bitch. That's
Basically, she was a recluse, and she also looks to be tatted up. Although there might just be a little bit of chest hair.
tied down
Who
to
knows?
the puss.
Who knows? In either case, the guy told us that he was scared to death and had trouble breathing. Which it's like, sir, the fact that she was sitting on top of you with her bush is reason enough for you to have trouble
I
breathing.
can't eat that bush though, man. I'm just
I mean, I wouldn't have eaten it either. I would have gotten beaten too.
beaten.
I wouldn't have got beaten.
Or just got out.
Beaten.
I mean, that chick looked like
Probably the best.
that chick looked like she on meth. No matter how strong you are, meth strength outweighs normal strength 100 times out of 100. Meth strength is crazy strength.
Is it that crazy?
Meth strength is ridiculous strength. Don't do meth, kids. Bad idea. But if we're done with that, then I'll go into the next thing, which was also you, which was R. Reed brought forth a video on inadequate women, and I thought it was something good that we needed to discuss. So after watching that video, what are your thoughts?
So basically, what was this guy's name? We gonna give him credit or what?
Nah, we're not gonna give him credit.
So the video basically explains why women talk to quote unquote dudes that are bad for them, because in a way they like to feel superior to the man that they're dealing with, and I feel like that's a generational thing, and
Definitely a generational thing.
because that was my whole strife with some of the feminist movement. I'm not a feminist. I feel like they try to act like you need to be the man, not necessarily like enjoying the quote unquote feminine principle. Be more like a man. What's wrong with being a woman?
I mean, there's a lot of things, quote unquote, that are wrong with being a woman, according to the feminist movement.
Correct. So now with that said, the dude is basically saying that these women are looking to quote unquote hold a power over a man, which is interesting. As somebody who's, I guess we'll say, in the dating scene, I can see that a lot. Like women going for men who are, let's say, not their superiors. Well, is that a bad word?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's a bad word.
Yeah,
I think that there's a lot of people who don't want to date people who are their equals. Now, some of it is that people want to date someone that they have the ability to always have a little bit of power over or control. Yeah. And then you have other people who date people specifically because they don't feel like they deserve, which I think that's kind of more so what the video was getting
at. He
at.
was going at more of the deserve, and I was just like, but a bit of me was like, bitch, you don't deserve shit. Like, but anyway, nigga, you don't deserve
shit.
Well,
no. You're, to a certain extent, you're right. No one deserves anything. And that's the biggest and hardest pill for people to swallow, is that you don't deserve shit.
You don't deserve a good woman.
You don't deserve a good woman. You don't deserve a nice house. All these things are earned.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that you get. So if you
That's like if you got a woman who consistently like loses her temper with you, correct, and yells at you and argues with you.
Correct.
Like after a while, I don't know what nigga ain't gonna be like, well, some niggas like that. I don't get that.
Well, yeah, some people find that to be attracting.
I don't get that.
Or attractive, I should say.
You get that? Like anybody in this room get that? Like arguing?
Well, no, I get it because like that's why like a lot of the people back when I did Uber who were messing with these high quote unquote status men, and by say people I mean there's men and women.
Not arguing
Either way, I was Uber driver. I just get paid in tips, so I don't give a fuck what you're doing. But a lot of people would be either cheating on their spouse or on the way directly from cheating on their spouse. And they would have a lot of times a conversation with whoever that was that they just finished screwing, like, oh, my wife just called me, we got to make this quick, or, hey, that was great, let's whatever. But half the time, if you delve a little bit deeper, which sometimes people want to tell you a little too much about their fetish with women being in diapers, but that aside.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, I know, man.
Keep
people
going.
are weird. But they tell you, like, look, man, like, I have everything that I want. I'm a high-power lawyer. I basically make people look stupid every fucking day of the week. So when I have sex or when I want to find an intimate partner, I want to find someone who's going to have some sort of power over me because I have power over others all the time. I want to release the reins. Like, I get the release the reins thing. It's not for me. I like holding on to the reins and I want to hold the reins until I die. But at the same time, if this is something that you want to do, you want to release the reins, you want a woman who's going to yell at you and scream at you and all these other things, that's fine. Just make sure that she's equally yoked to you, or at least as close as possible.
But you got to be patient with women because they do have feelings. Man.
I mean, you have to be more patient.
But I'm like, sometimes it's just like, yo, chill out. Like, I ain't got.
Well,
no time
yeah, sometimes it is like, chill out.
I don't know.
Sometimes you gotta tell people, look, you got bad. Give me 50 feet.
Listen, there was a great prophet. I call him prophet. He's not actual prophet. He said that women are agents of chaos. So
first of all, fuck Gia. I know exactly what you're talking about. Fuck that nigga and everything that he stands for. No, not everything that he stands for. Some things I think he is right.
Yeah. A lot of things.
At the same time, I don't believe that women are agents of chaos. What I believe is that women enjoy variations.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the problem. In that, what we see with a lot of relationships is that men like it when things are consistent. Ooh. You want to make sure that your dick is sucked. You want to make sure that the bills are all paid so you don't have to stress out about anything. And you want to make sure that you got enough money coming in here to where you can go to trips like Vegas or, Hong Kong or wherever Armstead went in China that one time. You want enough money so that you can do the things that you want to do. And generally speaking, if man wants to do more, if man wants to get more, it's something that kind of occurs to him kind of like that. But for women, the way that women mature is differently than men. Because men, every man just hits a point in his life where one day he's like, all right, cool, I don't want to cheat no more. I don't want to fuck around no more.
That's some bullshit.
But
I'm gonna try not to cheat no more.
I mean, I think I've reached that point at some point.
I'm gonna try.
But every man gets to that point. But for us, it happens overnight. It's not like a gradual thing. With women, they gradually realize, oh shit, I can't suck 6 dicks in a week anymore. Like, this is just not gonna be how I'm gonna be. I'm gonna try 4 dicks this week, and then women kind of realize that they need to phase things out a lot better than men do. Oh. Because that's just kind of how they are. But the difference is, and the thing that women hold on to, is women love variation. Like, women like
chaos is variation, bruh.
I mean, again, chaos is variation, but I wouldn't say they're agents of chaos, because chaos is one of those things where chaos is a lack of order. I think women like order.
No, they don't. They hate order.
Women love order.
If you look at the Black Lives Matter movement, the Alphabet Mafia movement, those are all agents of chaos.
No, those are not agents of chaos. Mm-hmm. Those are all movements of change. But the difference between those movements is, for instance, Black Lives Matter.
Black lesbians matter.
Black Lives Matter. Because remember, they didn't include women at first. It was all just men. So fuck your feelings. But Black Lives Matter came down as a organic movement where you had different groups of people who were coming up and doing things. And then eventually George Soros injected money into it, and that's how it grew into a sustained campaign. Always inject money into things. So I don't know why people are being like, but George Soros runs the Black Lives Matter. Yes, and white people paid for the civil rights movement, nigga. This is not shit ain't new. This is shit happened with Kublai Khan when his father, Genghis Khan, was paying all the missionaries to go out and tell people, look, if you don't want these Khans to come through and fuck over everybody and rape all your women, y'all need to give us a tribute of this amount. And niggas who were like, the Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan can't do nothing. Genghis like, Kublai, handle that. And Kublai go over there, rape all the people in front of you, then kill you because they wanted to embarrass you. But the point that I'm getting to is that
Women.
we always have had someone pay for a movement, whether it's Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan raping and pillaging and all those things, but doing it because, hey, my dad said that we got to do this, so this is how it's going to be done. Or it's George Soros being like, this Black Lives Matter thing, I really appreciate this, and I've got plenty of money, so just throw some money over there. Like, this is nothing new. Or we could go with something nicer, is that you have Bill Gates with the whole African thing. Like, he's trying to give technology to Africa and do it. It's always going to be someone rich who's going to be able to invest in your movement. You see it with islands like the Dominican Republic or Jamaica, where you have all these rich white businesses coming in here and basically injecting money and then extracting the natural resources. So if you want things to change, if you want, like, let's say a Black Lives Matter movement that is more male dominant and more male whatever, get rich, because that's the only way it's going to happen. Otherwise, the people who are going to be deciding things are almost always going to be white men who do things the way that white men want to do things. And that's just never going to change.
Wealthy white men.
Well, yeah, exactly. Wealthy white men. But that goes back to the point that I always get at whenever R. Reed says something like, oh, you got all these women running these movements. Where are the black men when it comes time for this? Because I didn't take off no time from my work when they was marching for that boy who got killed in Atlanta, because I want to make money, because I'm a man and I had to provide for my household. But all the LGBTQIA niggas was there.
They love chaos.
All the other people are there, but they're riding for you, a straight
you
man
always say that
was killed.
But when it comes down to it, they're just arguing for me. Like, what is the real change? Like, I get tired of people talking about the same
I agree with you 100%.
Like,
there needs to be a clear, this is what we're going to do. Correct. But the problem with there being a clear, this is what you want to do, is that niggas don't line up for a clear, this is what you want to do. Niggas line up for a rally. Okay. Niggas line up for a protest. Niggas line up for some shit where, man, if the cops get off, dog, we about to do it. But people always do that. It's very different than, like, so I'm going to personalize this for you. Oh. Last night, I just was at my homeowners meeting. We didn't meet the qualifications for us to have a vote, even though we need to have a vote. And the reason we didn't meet quorum, because that's what the official term is when you have enough people basically to vote for your homeowner. The reason we didn't meet that is because when things are going well, niggas is not showing up. But earlier this year, when we were fighting Amazon, which, shout out Amazon, you lost, niggas was super out there. We had community rallies. Niggas was sending emails. People was going door to door. Niggas always show up if there's a problem. But again, if you don't see it as being a problem for you, then niggas don't show up. So the reason that the LGBTQIA community shows up for black men being murdered is because they know what it's like to be oppressed, and they feel this is a black man who's been murdered, this is a black man who's been sullied, this is a black man whatever. Now, you did have some people who didn't want to fight for that one black guy who was kind of problematic.
St. Louis.
Yeah. But at the same time, I kind of get it. He did say fuck black women. He did say not white. She was Hispanic, right?
I don't remember.
Oh yeah, whatever. Either way, he was loving on his mixed or other than black woman kind of credentials. So when people are like, I don't want to ride for this nigga, it's like, I mean, dog, look, you didn't have to keep them tweets up where you talked all that shit about people. You shouldn't have done that. So when they don't want to ride for you, I mean, nigga, tell your team to ride for you. Oh, you don't have a team. Oh, well, I guess nobody's going to ride for you, dog.
Ride for my
all right,
nigga,
well, we're going to go for the next one. Your
up.
niggas will tell you they're going to ride for you in life, but watch from heaven where they be at when it's time to ride for you if you were wrongfully murdered by the police. Because I think you're going to see fewer niggas there, and you're going to see a lot more women than you ever saw. Because women tend to be the backbone for all civil rights movements. But
the hate you give.
The hate, yeah, it is just like the hate you give, man. It is just fucking like the hate you give. Women tend to be the backbone for that. But our last segment here, before we go ahead and roll tide, shout out to
Bama.
Nah, no shout out to Bama. You guys
No
fuck each
shout
other.
out.
You fuck each other. All right, you fuck your siblings and your parents. Y'all nasty. Your whole state is nasty.
Cousin.
Your cousins. y'all all types of
especially if it's
nasty.
your first cousin.
Exactly.
Like
First
third,
cousin.
fourth cousin.
I mean, fourth cousin ain't even really a cousin. I'm sorry. When you four cousins down, we don't even have the same real family structure at that point in time. Now, I'm not saying you need to do it like King George III and fucking marry every one of your cousins down the line till you get a child.